This is CSI Today. Today!
What can you tell us about the First Amendment?
I know it includes freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of press.
To get everyone the freedom of rights, freedom of speech.
It's freedom of speech that anyone can say whatever they want without being persecuted by people.
Freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom to assemble.
Well, I know it's freedom of speech, freedom of religion, press, and assembly.
Welcome back, Mavericks, from spring break. This is CSI Today, and my name is Pamela Hernandez Botella.
And I'm Francisco Limon. Texas parents are put on edge after an 11-part book called Killing Children was posted online by a 7th grader from Tidwell Middle School, telling stories about killing specific students using graphic details of each one's demise.
Several parents of the children from the school tried to negotiate for the author's expulsion. However, a problem has arisen from this.
Because the book was not written on campus, the school is hesitant in taking any action against the student. While parents are not happy with this, there is not a lot that the school district can do. If they act now and expel the student who wrote the book, they could be fined for violating the child's right to the First Amendment, giving people the freedom of speech. But if they neglect the act and the student does turn out to be dangerous, they could also be held accountable for not trying to prevent a possible situation from occurring.
The questions that keep getting in the way are, should this graphically written book be taken as a serious threat, even though it is meant as fiction, and should the book and the student be protected under the First Amendment? Until an answer becomes more clear, it may not be likely that something will be done in response. In other news relating to the law, since February 2012, California had decided to try and strive for better work ethic. Due to allegations of police brutality, this was a way to keep an eye on police officers and to make sure that none of them were taking advantage of their power.
San Diego Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman says, "I'm a huge proponent of body cameras because of community trust."
Since Rialto, California started using police cameras, studies show that crime has decreased by 60% and complaints against officers had decreased by 80%.
This was not only to fix behaviors of law enforcement, but citizens as well, making sure that the citizens do not antagonize officers.
Although the issue is not completely fixed, we are making strides to decrease these brutal attacks and make the community a safer place.
And now for some completely out-of-this-world news. March 23rd marked the 50th anniversary of the first and probably last contraband sandwich in space. On the Gemini 3 shuttle test, renowned prankster John Young revealed that he had smuggled a corned beef sandwich aboard the shuttle, which was against multiple rules and protocols.
The sandwich was bought by another astronaut named Wally Schirra from Wolfie's Restaurant and Sandwich Shop in Cocoa Beach. Schirra handed off the sandwich to Young 2 days after it was purchased to be smuggled into space. Once the shuttle was officially in space, Young removed the sandwich from his pocket and inspected it, stating that it smelled, and then he proceeded to take a bite of the 2-day-old sandwich.
Here to give us a stellar new perspective on the issue, CSI's field reporter Skylar Logan reporting from space.
This corned beef sandwich caused quite a panic due to its unrestrained crumbs, which could have infiltrated the shuttle's machinery and caused serious technical difficulties. Had something gone wrong, the entire crew could have wound up 6 meat under. Faced with the knowledge that they may soon meet their maker, the astronauts were not amused. Congress had quite a beef with Young over the debacle. Annoyed at the astronauts that seemingly spurred the supply rations in favor of nearly becoming dead meat, how crummy would that have been? Back to you guys.
Thank you, Skylar, for that 5-star report.
Before we go, let's go to Isaiah Head, Kevin Madrigal, and Carlos Padilla to tell us about our spring sports.
Hello Mavericks, welcome to the hot seat. I'm Kevin Madrigal, here with Isaiah Head and Carlos Padilla.
In this segment, we're going to be giving you a heads up of what's going down in Maverick sports.
Alright Mavericks, so here's the scoop. Last week I was able to get in touch with a couple of coaches and talk about their expectations of this season.
as well as what they plan on doing for the season. As the coach of the new volleyball team, what are your expectations for this season?
My expectations are high. It's a new sport for Southridge. It's a new sport for a lot of the players, but we've got some talent, some boys that can play some volleyball, and we're just going to go out and try our hardest, do what Southridge does.
I hope to make it to playoffs this year.
Not only does track and field have a lot of different types of events that you have to prepare for, but it also has a lot of different elements within each event that you have to prepare for. So what we do is we work on something different every day in practice, whether that's quickness on one day, or it might be long distance and endurance muscles on the next. So really it's just about breaking up the practices to focus and work on just one thing. And then hopefully it all comes together in the end and we win the race. We're number one. Just kidding.
Well, that's all for the hot seat today. Back to you, Francisco.
Thank you, Carlos. There's no doubt that this season's sports are very caliente.
Thank you for your time. This has been CSI Today. My name is Pamela Hernandez Botello.
And I'm Francisco Lemon.
Hey, you guys, do you want to be interviewed? Okay. Hey, do you want to be interviewed?
I'm going home right now.
Oh, okay.
The sandwich was bought by another restaurant.
Restaurant?
Russia?
I thought you could say Russian.
I thought you were going to say Russian.
Welcome back, children from...
Oh my God.
And now for some completely out of this world news. March 23rd marked the 50th anniversary of Mars
23rd?
Hey, the first 2 letters were right.
Do you want to be interviewed?